When I get some hate, I just want to grab the popcorn and eat. I want them to bring it on.
Yeah.
Because, like, to me, it's just sort of entertaining.
Y'all, it's Young James back here in Tokyo in Shimokitazawa. I'm here with Passportman. Y'all know who he is.
What's up, guys? It's passportman. I'm over here with Young James. Happy to do a collabo. Ready for any questions he throws my way.
Young
He's
collabo.
a cool guy. I like his content, so let's get it started.
Thank you. I appreciate the little introduction, the kind words. Basically, this guy's always out live streaming, filming videos, posting, creating content around Tokyo, outside, getting stares from all types of people just like me, people looking at him. The main question I had, this is a question I get from so many people all the time. When you're walking around outside, especially in a place like Japan, there's so many people walking around, right? Like, look at all these people. I'm trying my best not to get their faces on camera.
Right.
But you can see so many people walking around. Like, how do you get the balls to go out and film in front of people and not get all shy and freeze up and start stuttering on camera? How can you just go out and talk? I mean, this dude's charismatic. He can talk.
Yeah.
Is it life experience, or what do you think?
I think what it comes down to is, even if you're nervous, you can, James, he used to do music, and I used to do music a little bit as well. And I have no problem, like, getting up and talking to people. I think the thing is, I can only think about one thing at a time, and I'm sort of distracted more with the content and more at the topic than thinking about the nervousness. So I think that's what takes effect for me.
But I think some people would say that, like, how do you get rid of that nervousness? Like, how do you possibly avoid it?
I think
you
it
block
comes.
that out?
That's a good question. I think it comes from confidence. It's not something that can be built overnight. There are certain jobs, in certain situations, ways you could think about things that can give you confidence. But you do have to have a little bit of internal confidence, I guess.
Does that come from life experiences? Does that come from just a concoction of everything that you've been through in life, the way you were raised? What do you think?
I think it was a bit the way I was raised. So my parents are artists. Everyone's got their pros and cons. Everyone's got their good parts and their flaws. I know I have it. I know my parents have it. But I don't think me or my siblings have an issue with confidence. So, like, if you walk around Tokyo, you see a lot of street hustlers. And I've been a street hustler ever since I was a kid. So, like, sometimes you see people, like, selling some, like, items on the street here in Tokyo, or selling some portraits, or sometimes they're telling, have you ever seen those fortune tellers?
Yes.
Yeah, there's always, like, these street hustlers. Like, I've been a street hustler since I was a kid. So since I could sing my ABCs, I could, like, sing music, like, on the street or whatever. So I don't know. It's I feel like I've had a lot of issues in life that are way worse than dealing with the public that I've had to deal with. And that scares me more, probably. Probably more than a regular individual, than actually, like, speaking to people or going out and getting it. So, like, if I need to make some money, I care less about how I'm perceived or embarrassment than just getting that job or getting that sale or whatever it is.
And I can agree with that too. I've been through, like, so many situations in my life where you think about it and you're like, that was the worst day of my life, that was terrible, or whatever. And then you come out here and people are staring at you, or people might be, like, whispering behind your back or saying, oh, look at this dumb foreigner on the street with the camera. And it's just like, once you've lived a plentiful life with so many different experiences, you kind of start learning to, like, let shit like that slide off your back.
Right.
Like, I mean, like, what does it really matter if someone's going to come over and stare at me for a little bit? As long as I'm not actually committing a crime or, like, seriously bothering anyone. Obviously, we're in Japan. People don't really want to be on camera, so we try our best to not bother the locals. But that's another thing. People always comment on my videos saying, oh, the locals hate you. You're bothering the locals out here.
But the pigeons love you, Young James. They came right up.
That's right. The pigeons. I'm a birdman out here. The pigeons do love me. That's correct. But I mean, unfortunately, not all the people are going to love you filming out, especially talking if you're being loud and obnoxious like I sometimes am, speaking English out on the street. People might not love you. But I do think that's a little bit of a misconception about streamers in Japan, because the most popular ones maybe have done some kind of stupid stuff. Especially recently, I've seen, like, on X or Twitter, videos of people going crazy in Japan and stirring up a bunch of trouble. Like, have you ever actually had anyone tell you to, like, put your camera away, stop filming? Any issues?
Oh yeah, definitely. If you get out here in public, even before I started filming in public, I remember when I first came to Japan, I was in Osaka, and like an old Japanese guy, maybe he was like 70 or 80, he like swung on me. I don't know if he's,
shit.
wait, hold on. He did something. Like I have a good way of like blocking like annoying stuff out of my mind. Some things I do. I got a ton of stories. If you walk around, if you leave your house, things are gonna happen. So I'm not gonna share all of my stories. I got like crazy stories. And this video is just about your questions. But bottom line is, when you go out here, when you're out in the street, when you're a foreigner, things are gonna happen. Even in Tokyo, I haven't witnessed some of the crazy stories I've heard, but crazy things happen here. Like Japan, they say is like, you know, it's safe, but if you go to Kabukicho or whatever. But anyway, long story short, to answer your question, when I'm out live streaming, yeah, I have some like obnoxious people, especially depending on the time of night, especially
the location.
If I'm out in Shibuya. Yeah, I have some people come up, and especially if I'm doing a live stream, some guys might say some stuff on camera that YT wouldn't approve of.
Yeah, and then you can't edit it out because you're doing a live stream. So
right, exactly.
Yeah.
But you know, I try and keep it 100. I think that depending on the mentality I have, it's sort of like sometimes you're in a good mood and sometimes you're in an all business mood. I find like when I'm in an all business mood, people won't mess with me.
Yeah.
But when I'm a little more like a super relaxed or like a uncharacteristically good mood that day, then I'll have some like crazy, I have to say like crazy or unhinged Japanese people try and do something on the stream. But otherwise, people mostly respect.
If you're gonna start making content on YouTube, aren't you worried about what people are gonna say? Aren't you worried about what commenters are gonna say? And how do you deal with that? Like for you, do you get a lot of hate comments? I'm not sure if you're out there putting out your strong opinions on the world. You're more kind of being informative. But if you do occasionally get a hater comments, how do you deal with that? Do you have any tips for the audience for how to get over that and just follow your dreams regardless of what the haters are going to say?
I sort of have a weird reaction to haters. I kind of, when I get some hate, I just want to grab the popcorn and eat. I want them to bring it on.
Yeah.
Because like, to me, it's just sort of entertaining.
Okay.
If you're someone I care about, if you're someone I have a close relationship with, somebody I deeply love, then I care what you have to say. Otherwise, I don't know, feed the algorithm, help leave a comment, help get my videos shown some engagement, put a dislike, put a whatever you want to do. Like, to me, that's better than not being seen. When I first put out my first 2 or 3 videos last year, I only had 2 people watching, me, myself, and I. And I had to change the thumbnail and get people to watch. So even to watch it, even if you hate me, to just get your video watched out of all the competition out there, especially on YouTube, that's hard to do. So that's how I look at it. I guess I'll add hate to the list. When it comes to hate or being embarrassed, I got way bigger fish to fry than worrying about those 2 things. I wish I had the luxury to like care about hate or care about rejection or care about embarrassment, but the way I look at it, and I think a lot of people should look at it this way, if you could put yourself in this perspective, just like be like, hey, I got to make the money. I was never like sitting at home one day. I was never playing a video game or like sleeping or chilling with my girl. And someone said, hey, Roy, stop chilling with your girl. I have some money to hand you. That never happened to me. Yeah. When I was playing a video game, no one ever said, hey, you know, while you're chilling here playing this video game, chilling with your girl, I'm just gonna give you some money. Like, it never came that easy. Yeah. So like, I put that as my biggest problems. And look, I've gotten lucky, I guess you could say in a way, early on. I guess because I grew up with a little less than some other people. I was able to find money fast and make money fast, like 6 figures, like in sales, and I kind of jumped around. But even still, making 6 figures in a year, I think. If you're someone who kind of comes from the grit, like the streets, and all the people around you, they've never made 6 figures, they've never seen 6 figures. If someone has an inkling that you're making decent money, even in corporate America, they think it's easy. It's not easy. Like, and I don't care whether you're like in investment banking, giving up your personal life, your girlfriend doesn't even know you because you're working like 100 hours a week. Or you're doing sales, making 40 hours a week, but your soul is crushed when you come home from work. And then you can't do YouTube or whatever your dream is or music. So that's the way I look at it. It's, you know, there's bigger problems than that. But don't get me wrong. Like if someone does have, you know, stage fright or uncomfortable embarrassment, it is a legit feeling because it does mess with your safety, that embarrassment. So I understand where people are coming from. I understand the question.
Well, like Passportman just said, guys, we're getting out of the mud out here. I mean, I don't have time to sit around and worry about what the haters are saying all day. We have bigger fish to fry, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, just some practical advice here. If I was watching your video and I commented, "Oh, Passportman sucks. He's a huge dumbass and he's got a tiny wiener," what are you responding at all? Do you troll them? Do you make fun of them back? Do you just go about your day and completely ignore it? What's some practical advice?
I think it's if a live stream, it depends on my mood. If it's a regular video, I could have an option to respond. I don't think I've ever deleted a comment. I think people do have I think YouTubers might have the option to delete comments. I'm not sure. But if it's a live stream, then I really have the option. I can't really edit it. And I don't really go back and watch my live streams. They're too long.
Yeah.
Sometimes I watch like a little snippet of it. But yeah, I'll respond to the hater. I'll engage them. Sometimes it gives me content. When I first started doing the live streams, these days I don't really respond too much.
Well,
go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
I messed up. But something I heard someone say recently was like, there's so many people wanting to engage with you who are your fans and who actually want a positive engagement, and then you might not respond to them, but then like 1 out of every 10 people is like a hater. And then if you respond to the hater, then there are these people who actually want to support you, and they're like, hey, how come I didn't get a response? I actually said something positive, and then you respond to the hater. So I heard someone say that recently, and I realized that was really true. So it made me kind of think, like, why? It's true. Why even give them your attention?
That's true. But I think you're right. But I also think once in a while, if you do respond to the haters, it kind of shows people like the haters ain't that serious, man. You need, like, you're out there. Like, I don't know about the actual stats for every 9 positives, there's 1, like you said. But whether it's close or far from that, like, it's okay. The haters ain't.
Yeah.
Just brush it off.
Based. Hell yeah. Well, I have one more question for you. Passportman, you've been in Japan here for, what, 6-7 years now?
Right.
Quite a bit. Without going into, well, I mean, you can go into however much detail you want, but a lot of guys are coming out here looking to have fun in Japan. If you could give someone one piece of advice could be where to meet people, how to approach it. How can someone come out here and meet a girl? Not necessarily maybe for marriage, but just have some fun, meet someone out here, go on a date. We'll just say that. Go on a date.
So when I first came out to Japan, and still, like, I'm sort of a guy where if I see an attractive woman and she's giving me the eye contact, I'll talk to her, especially if I have the time.
Nice.
Or if I'm in the mood, sometimes I'll be like, I'm really busy these days, so when I'm like really busy, I find myself being like, oh, what am I gonna do? She's just gonna be another like girl on my phone. I end up not talking to. Like, what's the point?
Another girl on the roster.
But I would say for a lot of guys who don't really do that. Oh, here's another thing I'll say. A lot of guys do like this Nampa thing, both the Japanese guys and I think the American guys that take dating coaches like really serious, really hard. This is a whole nother can of worms that I'm not going to open up this can of worms on this video. But when you're talking to girls, when I talk to girls, I'm genuinely interested. And then they'll take it. If they're interested, they'll turn it into that connection or dating. They'll take it naturally. But like, just talk to them regular. I mean, you're not gonna start ripping off their clothes. You'll get in trouble if you do that. Like, there's nothing you can do when you're picking up a girl on the train. Just talk to them normal. Just see what's up, see their vibes, see if you like the way they talk. You know, sometimes a girl looks really beautiful from a glance, and you just like the angle or something. You see her up close, it's not really what you thought. So just like, just feel her out. If you want to say something, say something. See how she reacts. And then if you're not on the picking up wavelength, I guess if you just want it easy, just go where the gaijin hunters are at.
I've said it so many times.
Just go where the gaijin. If you just need someone physical, you can find someone. You can find it decently. In Japan, they take care of their fitness, their health. I don't know about fitness, but they don't eat too much.
They don't eat that much. We'll say that.
People are. You're not dealing with what people will call. I don't want to say. What's a good way to say it? Yeah, people are good looking out here. So There's a lot of good looking people that you can just go and find a gaijin hunter. Just go to Shibuya, Shinjuku, talk to the foreigners. She's smirking. Yeah, you'll know. But I would say just go on Bumble if it's Tokyo. I've seen the results are really easy with my low effort. So that'd be my answer.
There you go. And there you have it. Here with Passportman and Shimokitazawa. Guys,
I would say the other dating apps.
Oh yeah. What's the best dating app?
Maybe Tinder and Pairs. I think Pairs you need some Japanese. But I've heard Tinder, Pairs, and Hinge out here.
All right.
So, but Bumble.
Good shit. Yeah, Bumble is the move from my experience as well.
Yeah.
So,
got some decent photos.
Okay. There you have it. Thank you guys for watching. This is Passportman and Young James. Tell us where we can find you, man.
Passportman on YouTube is where I make most of my videos. On Instagram it's OnePassportman, but YouTube is where you want to go.
Good shit. Hell yeah. You guys know what it is. Young James here in Shimokitazawa. This is a really cool area, Shimokitazawa. Cool area of Tokyo. A lot of younger people out here, a lot of live houses, music venues. So we're hanging out, making some videos. You guys want to hit me up, you guys know the drill. Shoot me a message on Instagram or whatever. So thank you, Passportman. And we're going to film another video here.